Remember how I recently said that you are overpaying in Asheville? Well, today I wanted to tell you about 5 towns around Asheville that are a lot more affordable and that will not break your bank. A lot of people have Asheville on their radar and they focus on Asheville and spend a lot of time researching about Asheville, and then for many different reasons sometimes it does not work out, and a lot of people, or some people, end up in all those other towns around Asheville anyways. So without having you waste a lot of time and put a lot of energy into researching Asheville and looking into Asheville, let's just take a look at what's around Asheville. And there are some pretty amazing places that are in very close proximity to Asheville that have a lot of similarities, but a lot more affordable. In no particular order, Marshall, North Carolina is located just kind of north of Asheville in Madison County. Madison County in North Carolina, not in Iowa. There are also bridges in Madison County, North Carolina, but they didn't make it into a movie. Anyways, if you go onto Marshall, North Carolina website, this is what you will read about Marshall, North Carolina. The town of Marshall is nestled in the beautiful mountains of western North Carolina on the banks of the French Broad River and is rich in history, scenery, outdoor activities, and mountain culture. In historic downtown Marshall, you'll find a historical county courthouse, old-time stores, art galleries, shops with unique home decor and gifts, restaurants cooking with produce from local farms, a Sunday afternoon farmers market on the island, and more. Serving the mountain community, you'll find holiday events, county services, and the home offices for the county libraries. Marshall is also becoming a center for artists. And that is another thing about Marshall and an indicator that it is a lot more affordable than Asheville. In fact, a lot of artists who, for whatever reason, one of them is affordability, could not be in Asheville, could not stay in Asheville because, renting a gallery, leasing a gallery is super expensive, or just living in Asheville is a lot more expensive. They now go to Marshall. There's a huge, for Marshall size community of artists and art galleries that are thriving. And it's kind of like a second, smaller hub for artists in Western North Carolina. Browse the galleries on the island and downtown. Go to classes, exhibits, shows, and concerts, often centered on the mountain culture. So population of Marshall is tiny. I mean, it's under 1,000 people. According to the latest data, it's like 800 people. So it's tiny. But when you go there, when you visit Marshall, you will, I promise you, you will love the way it's situated on the banks of French Broad River, and they have this beautiful bridge going into downtown, and the downtown is just nice and charming. So it has a pretty nice setting. Now, median sales price in Marshall, North Carolina right now is about $437,000. And you might say, well, how does that make it more affordable? Here's the thing. You will get a lot more property for your money in Marshall than you would in Asheville. You might not necessarily get a lot more house, but you get a lot more land. You get a lot more property. And that's what a lot of people are looking for. When they come in here, they want to be able to live off their land. They want to be able to garden, play. Next one up is Burnsville, North Carolina. Burnsville is located in Yancey County, just northeast of Asheville. It's about an hour from Asheville, so it's a little drive, but it's an absolutely easy and beautiful drive from Asheville to Burnsville and back. And so if you go to Burnsville, North Carolina website, this is what you will read about Burnsville. Burnsville is located in the mountains of West North Carolina in the shadow of Mount Mitchell, which has the highest peak east of Mississippi River. And so Burnsville is another very mountainous part of Western North Carolina. It's not going to be flat. There's a lot of mountain communities, and it's a lot more affordable place to live. It also has a little downtown with a little center for gatherings, for meetings and stuff like that. A lot of local businesses. I mean, of course, it's a fraction of businesses that you would have in Asheville, but they have a lot of necessities right there in Burnsville. A lot of people who live in Burnsville and who would like to go to, you know, like a nice restaurant or do more shopping, they would go to Asheville or sometimes to Johnson City. That's what I hear from some locals. They go to Johnson City to big box stores and stuff like that. Population of Burnsville is a little bigger than Marshall. Actually, it's double, 1,600 people. Still not a lot, but it's a little bigger. And you know, the area is pretty big, and so everyone, all these 1,600 people, are pretty spread out across mountains. You'll find single-family homes that are not in traditional neighborhoods. You will find some traditional neighborhoods and just a lot of properties that just sit on a lot of acreage, a lot of farms and stuff like that. There are also some high-end communities, and of course, they tend to pull that median sales price of $340,000, tend to pull it higher. One great example, and that's one of my all-time favorite communities. It's over-the-top community that has everything. I think I said that about Cliffs at Walnut Cove here in Asheville or in Arden, but Mountain Air in Burnsville, I think, is at the top of the list, because not only does it have its own golf courses and a pool and, you know, clubhouse and restaurants and all that, amenities, it's gated. It's not just gated, but there are people who sit there at the gate. You can just get in, you know, without appointment. It also has its own private airstrip. So if you would like to fly in and fly out of your property, you can do that in Mountain Area in Burnsville. So that's one example. But outside of that, median sales price of $340,000, again, will get you more property than you would ever get in Asheville or closer to Asheville, and everyone is just kind of spread out across mountains and enjoying their lives. It's a really tight-knit community as well. Everyone knows everyone, and everyone is kind of, you know, connected to everyone. And that's, you know, I think it's part of any small town community like that. You know, people will know everything about you, and you would know everything about them. So this is Burnsville, North Carolina. Moving kind of clockwise on the map, east of Asheville, also about 30, 40, depending on where in Asheville, 40 minutes from Asheville, is Marion, North Carolina. It is located in McDowell County. So what is Marion? Marion is where Main Street meets the mountains. It's a small town with about 8,000 people. It's the kind of place where folks remember you after visiting a restaurant, bank, pharmacy once or twice and take time to have a conversation with you. Everyone here makes you feel a part of the community. It's a hub for the outdoor enthusiasts with mountain biking, hiking. Lake James is right next door, or actually very tiny part of Marion is on Lake James. Catawba River, also Catawba Falls, that just reopened this year after being closed for a few years for safety. And they built, I don't know, like hundreds of steps that you can climb up and down to look at the waterfalls, but it's spectacular there. The best part is that there is hardly any traffic in Marion, North Carolina. So as you can see, 8,000 people who live in Marion, that's, you know, it's a lot bigger town compared to Burnsville or Marshall. And when you go there, you kind of get that idea. You see that there's a Walmart, and there's like a hospital, Mission Hospital, but still there's hospital. It's right there, you know, there's all kinds of stores, tire shop, oil exchange stores, fast food restaurants, and then there's downtown. It is absolutely charming. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very walkable. It's kind of like a just main street type of downtown where you can walk up and down and go eat at a local place. There's a tailgate market right outside of Main Street of downtown Marion. So again, all those traditions of farming and supporting local businesses, local farmers, sustainability, outdoors are thriving in Marion as well. And get this, median sales price in Marion right now is $264,000. I mean, in Asheville, you may be able to find a condo that's not too outdated for this much. In Marion, that's a single family home. Tryon, North Carolina is located in Polk County, and is just south of Asheville. It's about an hour from Asheville, and I would say it's almost closer to South Carolina border than it is to Asheville. And this is what you will find and read about Tryon if you go to their website. Tryon, North Carolina is nestled at the base of the Blue Ridge Escarpment. Can you tell that I would never come up with these words if I were just, if I did not read what the website had about Tryon? Anyways, it is nestled at the base of the Blue Ridge Escarpment in thermal belt region of western North Carolina. So here's your first hint. Thermal belt. It's going to be a lot warmer. It's going to be quite a bit warmer in Tryon than it is in Asheville. It's gonna get flatter, and we're closer to South Carolina border, so it's gonna be warmer. Growing season's gonna be longer, and all that kind of stuff. Year after year, Tryon's moderate winters, cool summer breezes. Listen, I don't know about that because Asheville has cool summer breeze. I'm not sure about Tryon. If somebody who is watching this video and who lived in Tryon, let me know in the comments. Do they have cool summer breezes in Tryon or do they not? Because I don't know about that. Rolling landscapes. Again, you are closer to South Carolina border. You're not seeing a lot of mountains. It's not as mountainous as it is in Burnsville or Marshall or Marion. So it's getting a little flatter. And mountain views. You see mountains from the distance. You're not on top of the mountain or on the side of the mountain in Tryon. And all these attract both those in search of the perfect place to vacation and those looking for a new place to call home. Two agricultural industries historically played a major role in helping to shape Tryon's economy and culture: equestrian activities and vineyards. And so I talked about it in some other videos about Tryon, but Tryon, as small as it is, population is only about 1,600 people, had international equestrian games held at their international center a few years ago, and that was a big deal. So Tryon is a home to a lot of horse properties. There's a ton of people who have horses, who ride horses in Tryon, and I mean, it kind of makes sense because you can get a lot more flat property that's not going to be mountainous, and that's not going to be hilly, and it's more ideal for to have horses and pastures and ride horses and stuff like that, as well as vineyards. Again, longer growing season allows to grow grapes and have vineyards, and that's what Western North Carolina is also known for. Asheville is a beer city, USA, but there's so much more than that. There's a lot of vineyards in the area, especially in the thermal belt kind of counties more south of Asheville. Median sales price in Tryon is $413,000 right now. More property, more land than you would ever be able to get in Asheville for the same price. Last but not least, Waynesville, North Carolina is located west of Asheville in Haywood County. And I feel like I keep saying it about every town, but it is another one of my favorite towns in Western North Carolina. It is absolutely beautiful there. Out of all towns that I'm talking about today, Waynesville is going to be probably least affordable. I mean, it's still going to be more affordable than Asheville, but out of all places, it's probably going to be less affordable. But anyways, the town of Waynesville is a great place to visit in any season, and that is true. You should visit in the fall, and you would love, absolutely love, all the picturesque views of changing leaves and the mountains. It's absolutely stunning right there from downtown Waynesville. You don't even have to go anywhere. Whether one is looking to explore the mountains during our mild summers, and that is true, gaze at the natural splendor of fall leaf changes, see, I told you, or view snow-covered mountains during winter. Now, Waynesville and Haywood County is at slightly higher elevation than Asheville, so a lot of those mountain communities will have some snow in winter, more snow in winter than we have here in Asheville. And of course, places like Maggie Valley, that's right next door to Waynesville, have ℍ𝕠𝕟𝕟 ski resort, and that is a huge attraction for a lot of locals like us and a lot of people from other states, from other towns in North Carolina who come to ski and snowboard. So they have a lot more snow there. The town offers such vacationing for any preference. With our proximity to natural wonders of Great Smoky Mountain National Park, as well as the famous Blue Ridge Parkway, the town is truly a place of recreational opportunity. And that is 100% true. I mean, you can do things there in summer. You can go hiking, go to a lake, you can go biking, all kinds of stuff, outdoors. Whitewater rafting nearby, not right there in Waynesville, but nearby. In wintertime, ℍ𝕠𝕟𝕟 ski area, and you can still go hiking and biking even in winter. There's a ton of trails there. Waynesville is the biggest town in Haywood County, and its population is a little over 10,000 people. Median sales price in Waynesville is in the low 400s. Again, you can get more property for your money. You can get more for your money in Waynesville. But I also feel like that median sales price is kind of pulled towards the higher end because of a lot of, high-end mountain exclusive gated communities that are located in Waynesville. And, that makes it kind of, there's a little disbalance. But outside of that, you can get a nice, cute house in walking distance to downtown Waynesville for that, that median sales price, 400, low 400. And, that would be impossible to find in Asheville. So these are the towns that I wanted to tell you about. Of course, there are some other ones that did not make it to this video. If you are confused, if you need help figuring out which way you want to go, east, west, north, or south, our team and I are here to help you and guide you and help you navigate this process of not only figuring out what area is best for you and your family and for your needs, but also through the whole process of relocating and buying a property here in the mountains of Western North Carolina. If you need help, our contact information is down in the description. I will see you on the next video. Bye!